Tom Brady's spiral is still tight, still has all the zip that you want from a guy that you wouldn't believe, and looks just as pretty as a lot of these young guys, if not prettier than a lot of these young guys that they're talking about having rocket arms. So this one surprises me because there still is no signs of decline. You can be a Brady hater. You don't have to like him. I don't like him. I don't think he's the GOAT for a lot of reasons. But I'm going to tell you this. Stop trying to tell me that he's on the decline. Go watch the film, and if you want to keep lying to yourself, go ahead. But this offense only does what it needs to do to win games because that's what it's about. But this kind of surprises me because I don't see the arm decline at all. He's never been athletic, so it's always about his arm talent. He's smarter than he's ever been. He makes better decisions than he's ever been because of his IQ and what he knows in the scene. So this one surprises me that at this point they're even considering and all this stuff's going on because the arm talent guys, let's stop predicting the demise and the decline of Tom Brady and just
We're not. I was just reporting that
not you,
that
Dave.
there's question next year.
This one surprises me. It really does because there is no decline until I see it on film. Until I see the arms start to go. I don't care what his 40 time is or how bad his legs are. Tom's game is all about his arm and being able to throw. He can still do that.
Hey guys, I don't mean to interrupt again. I know we're picking, but I have to put some news out that just came from Adam Schefter. So apparently some heavy inquiries have been made about C.J. Beathard for the 49ers about trying to be moved as a QB, and one of the teams is the Bears. So I'm wondering if the Bears are trying to move him if Mitch has a bad game. And also, big news on this, right after he gets pulled out from going 5-0, teams have inquired the Saints about trying to acquire Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, yeah, you better believe it.
103 passer rating, 5-0, 9 TDs, 2 interceptions, 68 completion percentage. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me if teams try to move a first for him.
Yeah,
I mean, who knows?
If
To grab him.
And if I'm Bridgewater, I'm a little pissed right now. I think I want out.
Hey.
I'm serious.
We weren't going for that angle.
I'm pissed. If I'm Teddy Bridgewater, I'm looking like, you told me I was the future. I've come in. I've done everything you've asked of me. I've won 5 games. I have made minimal mistakes, if any. And the minute this guy comes back and just wants his job back, how come I'm not getting the respect? If I'm Teddy Bridgewater, I'm thinking, why am I not getting Dak Prescott respect? Huh? Because Dak Prescott was in the same position, and
Dallas is always on the national level. That's why.
Well, I'm just saying, if I'm Bridgewater, I want out. I'm done. You take me out, you put Breeze in right now after 5-0 and doing everything I've asked, being an ultimate team player, doing everything, and I'm done. I don't want to be your future no more because you basically lied to me.
If you're Teddy, I don't think the season could have gone any better. He didn't expect to play at all this year behind Drew Brees. Now he's come in, he's only looked good, and now he doesn't get injured at all. Going into next season, he's going to get a big, fat contract offer, or someone's going to want to – I don't know exactly what his contract situation is, if he's unrestricted or what, but multiple teams are coming after Teddy hard next year.
Also, too, Redskins had just informed the rest of the NFL, that Josh Norman is on the trading block. Holy crap, it keeps piling on, folks. Every time I refresh Twitter, more stuff comes out. And also, little fun banner play here. You remember Jets quarterback comment of I'm seeing ghosts out there?
Yep.
A plane flew over the Jacksonville Stadium today. It says, Gardner Minshew ain't afraid no ghost. Duval.
You got to troll.
I love it. Gardner isn't afraid no ghost. And plus Halloween time, it's perfect. I love it. Sorry for the breaking news, guys. Just wanted to put that out there that some moves are likely to be made here, even today on game day.
Well, guys, we got 2 more games to get through, and one of them is pretty important. Cheeseheads.
So what you're saying is we're talking about that game, or what are you saying?
We are moving into the Sunday night game when your Green Bay Packers travel to Kansas City, take on Andy Reid and the Chiefs. Packers visiting team favored by 5 currently.
It's an away game. I'm taking Green Bay, man. The injuries, alone, Pat Mahomes, Andrew Wiley, freaking Eric Fisher, their whole left side of the line is out, and now now Mike Pettin is probably going to overload with Zadarius and Preston Smith on one side, and then put Rashawn Gary and Kenny Clark on the other side. So they're probably only going to rush with 4. And then you're talking about they got Kendall Fuller, Frank Clark, Chris Jones. It's literally the walking wounded out there for Kansas City. They really need another bye week because they're pretty banged up. I'm going to take Green Bay 34. And sadly, I'm only giving the Chiefs as a gift 17 for our buddy Grant Morris. I think that pass rush and the defense is going to be a little bit all over Matt Moore.
Yeah, that Kansas City defense needs to show up exactly the same way they did last week if they're going to have any shot in the
Joe
game.
Flacco is a big downgrade from Aaron Rodgers, so that's a whole different beast.
Fortunately for the Chiefs, Sammy Watkins is supposed to be back, so that's the formula. If they can run the ball with Shady and play defense like they did last week, they have a chance. Otherwise, I absolutely have the Packers covering the 5-point spread.
This is a blowout. Barn Burner said it earlier. I couldn't quite remember, and I didn't have time to go back and listen, but I believe I had already picked this game. It was either 38 or 35, but I wrote down 35.
It was 38. I remember.
Right. So I will go with the 38 because I was trying to remember, and I wrote down 35. But I'll stick with my other one. Dave said it was 38. 38-14. The funniest thing on Twitter I saw this week was Peter Bukowski put out a tweet that was kind of a tease to see what people would say. And he said, the most important player to the success of the Packers will be returning this week. And everybody went nuts. Oh, Adams. And then he was like, no, Darnell Savage. I agree. Darnell Savage, they had given up, I believe it was 2 plays of 25 yards or more the entire season that Darnell Savage was back playing center field. The last 3 weeks since he's been gone, I think it's like 3 or 4 a game of 30-plus yards. And the run defense overall has been gashed on big plays. I'm not talking about just like your 5 and 6 yard runs and then they stop over a 3rd and 2. I'm talking about the 20, 25 yard, 15 yard, the big run plays, because he is not back there to shoot out of the backfield like a rocket to clean that play up before it breaks into the secondary big time. Darnell Savage has shown as a rookie he is absolutely a game changer, game wrecker for this defense in the secondary and overall. And I just think with him back, it frees up this defense to really operate the way that it wants to and is best at.
Well, I'll tell you, I would like to have seen the way the point totals were working out before Mahomes went down. Currently, the total is set at 47.5, and according to PreGame.com, the under is being taken at 70%.
Yeah, again, this is Aaron Rodgers. This offensive line and quarterback and running back combination is just way better than anything Denver could dream of at this point right now. So, yeah, and with Chris Jones being out and then not having Irving, so those are your 2 best defensive linemen, really. This line's going to have Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones doing whatever the hell they want in this game. I think scoring 38 points is because they're going to take their starters out like they did last week. They probably could put up more, and they may put up more. Who knows? Could be another 6-tutty day from Mr. Aaron Rodgers, and I wouldn't mind that, having being my starting quarterback on my fantasy team.
All right, last and when you're at least talking about one of these teams in the Miami Dolphins, on Monday night we have Miami traveling to Pittsburgh to take on Mason Rudolph, Juju, and James Conner. The Pittsburgh Steelers currently favored by 14. I actually don't like that total. I don't like that spread, I should say. I have the Miami and the points. Give me Miami. Devontae Parker,
Yeah,
kind of hot, and Ryan Fitzpatrick gives this team some juice.
Yeah, I'm still going to pick Pittsburgh, though. James Conner, I still think he has a day. I don't think Miami wins. I still think they stay winless, but yes, I will say Miami goes against the point spread on that.
How we're talking. Hop on the boat.
Yeah, if you're betting money on this one, take Miami in the points. 14 is a ridiculous point spread for this game, but if you're gonna double down on this one, right? If you really wanna win big, this is a split game. Take Miami in the points on the point spread, and then bet on the Steelers to win outright 23-17. See, now you're not dancing anymore. Why?
I'm not. I just don't know if that's even a thing. Can you do that?
Yeah, it's called placing two separate bets. You go place a bet on the points, and you take the Dolphins and the points. You leave, you go start a new bet, and you bet straight up on the Steelers. It's two separate bets. You can't make it in one bet. But
you're better than I am.
I mean, come on now. And I'm not even a gambling man, and I know these things. I mean, Jesus. For the love of God, Dillon, you've been living under a rock here? It's 2019, buddy. Gambling is legal in sports now.
But this isn't 1800s gambling saloon style anymore.
Yeah, no shit. There's no rules to this. We take prop bets of what color shoes OBJ is going to come out with, for Christ's sakes. I mean, come on.
When have we ever bet on that?
No, I mean, Vegas will, though. I mean, it's called a prop bet.
Well, there you have it, folks. There is the Fantasy Files pregame / first and goal picks for your week. The First and Goal pod brings you all the matchups, all the fun, and the three handsome faces that you can hear every week. Jay, what else we got for the folks?
That's pretty much it. I mean, that pretty much covers everything, man. We got through our rundown and all that stuff, and so we will hit the final words for the week until the post-game show tonight for Dave and I. So what's your final word overall for everybody out there, fantasy or anything else you might want to get that off the top of your head, Dillon, you didn't get to earlier?
I would just say truly enjoy today. We're already past, this is the halfway point, basically, of the NFL season. Seems to fly by every year. We never really cherish it for what it is. We're going to be seeing a lot of faces shift in and out today, with all the injuries and people coming back from injuries and people going on IR and trades. So, yeah, just really enjoy the NFL for what it is today.
Just keep your eye on the trade market, folks. There's a lot of news being moved around today.
Oh, yeah, the trade market's going to be a big thing. And really, honestly, guys, you know what I want? I want to give a little bit of homework to everybody out there that's listening, and any people that are out there that are trying to learn the game so they can enjoy watching football week to week with a better understanding. Watch the team's line play in the trenches, truly. And then while you're doing that, take note of who wins the game. Let's just start there this week, because if you haven't noticed, there's been a trend. Points overall for each game this year are way down. And it's kind of funny because for all the years that we've had all these offensive rules being done and offensive explosions, from last year to this year, points per game are way down. Defenses are really dominating, and I think it's because teams really have focused over the last 3 drafts. They've been defensive front 7 dominant, and the linemen coming out have not been as up to par, really, as many of the defensive front 7 have come out. And so I really want everybody out there this week, while you're watching games across the league, pay attention to offensive and defensive line play, pay attention to who's winning those battles, and then just take note of how many of those teams that win that trench war actually win the game. And I think that'll help a lot of people understand football as a whole and enjoy it more. Without the battle in the trenches, all the toys on the outside and in the backfield really don't mean anything.
Actually, that's a good idea. I think for all the First and Goal pod listeners who were offensive linemen, either in college, high school, little league. Why don't you go ahead, send us your stories of either what you love